So just know this, do not expect other Nigerians or other people from your country to be nice to you. Don't make that mistake as a new immigrant. Learn from me. Hey guys, it's your girl WhizQueen back again with another video. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for joining. Please consider subscribing down below and be sure to turn the post notification bell on as well. And if you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So in today's video, I'll be telling you guys some of the mistakes I made in Canada as a new immigrant. If you're yet to see my previous video on common mistakes made by new immigrants, you can go check it up here. I'll link it there, you can check it, and I'll also link it in the description box. But this video is about the mistakes I made as a new immigrant. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first mistake I made that is very common to many other immigrants is not having a clear career path. So for me, I have more of entrepreneurship skills than career skills, and coming into Canada, I hoped that I'll be able to start up my business from the get-go and not having to maybe do any form of career job or invest my time in anything else that is not maybe building a business. After I arrived here in Canada, it took about a month for me to start applying for jobs. This is because I felt that I would be able to start up my business immediately I come, and I don't need to take up any other jobs. Then it took a while, after about a couple of weeks or a month, and for me to realize that okay, so this is not your father's land. Things are different here and you have to take it slow. No one is chasing you. Just find a job because you have accounting skills. Look for a job and get started with that first. Then much later, you can start up a business if you want. Even when I decided to take a job and start up as an accountant, I also had interest in other career paths, and that is very different from my own career. And I still have interest in those things, which I would definitely pursue at some point. But it's also very important for you to be able to define what you want to do long term and be able to pursue it. Many new immigrants make these mistakes. For some people, they know they want to take maybe a master's program, or they want to embark on a professional program when they come, and they first start off with not knowing what to do. I feel like every one of us go through this phase, because even if you're in your 30s, you are like very grown or mature, you probably still don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life. So it's kind of a very gray area, and not everyone can tell you what they want to do or what they genuinely have interest in. It takes a while for you to be able to maybe think of some of those things. But then if you have time, if you already know what you want to do, then even from your home country, before you come to Canada, make that decision. Do you want to go back to school? If you want to go back to school, look out for the university you want to apply for, or the college, and look out for when they will be opening for application. Send in your application. If you're supposed to resume in fall semester, say September, and you know you're coming into Canada maybe in the same month, September or August, make sure you have had a defined plan on you maybe continuing your education, or if you want to go for a professional course, take some time to look for that course that would be relevant to your profession or your field and start it right away. Don't be like me. Make sure you make that decision as quickly as you can. The second mistake I made as a new immigrant in Canada is renting an expensive apartment. So the first apartment that I rented after I moved into Canada was about $900 a month, and it wasn't even like I had everything private. Okay, I had my own washroom and maybe a walk-in closet, which was nice, but it was still in a shared apartment. I didn't have anything private. I had to share living room, I had to share the kitchen, and I had no idea that with $900 a month you can get something even much more comfortable than what I had. It was just a master's bedroom, and it was all the way in Brampton. If I had like sufficient information, or I had done my research properly, I would have seen that spending $900 a month was too much for a master bedroom. Then eventually, even before I came to Canada, I already had the mindset that, oh, even if the rent is $2,000 or $2,500 a month, I wouldn't mind. I'm going to go for a very nice fancy apartment. Then when I came here and I started working, I realized that spending a whole lot of money on rent is not worth it, because you'd be spending this money on monthly basis, and once you spend the money for last month rent, it's gone. You're not getting it back. It's like that's the end. So why spend so much on rent when you can save on it? Another mistake I made, which I feel most immigrants also make the same mistake, is sending cargo or cargoing food items. So if you don't know, as a new immigrant in Canada, especially if you land as a permanent resident, you'll be allowed to bring in items from your home country for up to 365 days, that's 1 year, for free without you paying any custom duties or charges at the airport or at the border. Then I came into Canada and I still sent like a whole bag of food and clothes and all that. It was until after I arrived much later, several months later, or even that same month, I realized it wasn't worth it. Because if you're coming into Toronto area, let's say Ontario, or you're going to Alberta, I can promise you that any of those food items that you want from African stores or African restaurants, you would get it here. Even if you are coming as maybe from India as well, maybe Pakistani or India, I know for a fact that there are a bunch of Indian people here, and you would definitely get those groceries that you're looking for. So there is really no point carrying those food items from your country. If you're a family and you have like kids and they have maybe their schoolwork, or maybe their you have maybe other personal things you have from your home country that you are unable to sell, then maybe you can consider cargoing. But I still don't think it's a wise option for you to cargo things down here. It will cost you money, it will cost you time going to the airport to pick up that item. It would cost you like, it's not even just worth it for me. If you're a single person especially, I don't think it's worth for you to cargo down here. The fourth mistake I made here is trying to buy a car too soon. So immediately I arrived, I started to think that, oh, before I even came safe, I started checking out cars from Nigeria, and I saw, oh, cars are actually cheap here. I'll definitely try to buy my car as soon as possible, maybe after a month or two of arrival and everything, blah blah blah. Then I was trying to buy a car too soon, and I started taking my driving test even during the winter. I've never driven on snow because we don't have snow back home, and I thought this was going to be easy for me to just hop on the car, drive the car, get my drive test, pass my drive test, and get a license, then I can buy a car. This hasty decision led to me having to take the test multiple times because I couldn't like take my time to practice and pass the test in one sitting. So also trying to buy a car too soon, especially for a single person, I don't think you really need it. But if you are staying in, maybe car is a necessity in Canada, let me put that out there. It's a necessity, but you don't need to make that hasty decision to buy one as quickly as you arrive. If you're a family, it's quite understandable. You have kids, you want to take them to school, you want to take them out and all that, then it's quite understandable that you might need a car immediately you arrive. But as a single person, you don't necessarily need to buy a car immediately you arrive. So take your sweet time, don't rush it. Take your test when you can. You don't have to do it during the winter. You can do it like wait till next summer, or when it's like really not snowing outside. Then you can take your test, practice well, pass it once and for all, then you can buy your car whenever you're ready. The fifth mistake I know for a fact that I made when I arrived here was buying or shopping from expensive stores. So I don't know if many other people know a lot about living abroad, but it was my first time living abroad, so I had no idea the kind of stores you could purchase some things. But what I knew for a fact was I knew Walmart had a bunch of things. So imagine when you want to buy like things that should be less than $10, I would go to Walmart to buy them. Say bedspread curtain, bathroom curtain, cleaning equipment and all those things. I should have gone to like dollar stores or Dollarama to buy them, but instead, because I had no knowledge, I would buy them from Walmart, and Walmart things are kind of pricey, so I spent a lot of money for my household equipment buying from bigger stores than I could have saved buying from smaller stores. Also, you can also buy like pre-loved items from maybe like Value Village or second-hand stores or thrift stores. The sixth mistake that I made that you can try as much as you can to avoid is not using your credit card. Before I came here, I'd done my research and read about credit cards, and I thought that if you don't use your credit card, it would help you and I thought if you don't use your credit card, it would help you avoid getting into debt. But I was wrong. So I made that mistake of not using my credit card when I should actually be using my credit card. A bunch of time I was shop with my debit card or shop with like maybe using cash instead of using my credit card. It was much later I realized that I have to use my credit card as it's going to help me build my credit score. So don't make that mistake of not using your credit card because you're thinking if you use your credit card, you're going to be getting yourself into debt. Not paying your credit card is what will get you into debt, but not using your credit card is not going to help you build your credit score. Another mistake I made as a new immigrant was expecting other immigrants or other Nigerians to be nice to me. So people from other countries, well, if they are nice to you, cool. But I was expecting that, oh, my fellow people from my Africa or maybe Nigeria especially, that when they see me, oh, they'll be so nice to me, they'll be supportive. Then when I came here, I would think that, oh, because this person is a Nigerian or this person and I speak similarly, that they should be able to assist me or help me. But I was wrong. I came to realize that nobody owes you anything. You are not entitled to anything. If they help you, good. If they don't, you should actually learn to be more independent on your own and resolve your problems. If you find any nice person, good for you. If you don't be disappointed. Just have it at the back of your mind that people from your country might not necessarily be nice to you because you guys speak the same way or because you guys are from the same place. Don't make that mistake as a new immigrant. Learn from me. Anyway, that's some of the mistakes I made as a new immigrant. If you would like, I would recommend for you to go watch my video on common mistakes immigrants made. I was able to get in touch with a couple of other immigrants and they told me some of the mistakes they made, and I hope you guys will learn from them and don't make that mistakes if you come here or if you travel to any other country around the world. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go check me out on Instagram at Whiz_Queen and Twitter as well. I'll see you all in my next video. In the meantime, stay confident. Bye bye.